We are live.
Gracie, we're live.
Gracie, we're live! As opposed to dead! Are we dead? What if this was just like The Matrix and it's all some sort of simulator? Hello, everyone!
Hello.
Just got out of a shitty job interview, so I'm looking forward to this. Well,
Come on, Gracie.
that's what I'm here for. Providing entertainment so people can... I'd say be entertained, but I know...
Gracie, that's the wrong way to be on
Gracie.
camera.
Gracie, come here. You want to be on camera. Come here. You wanted to be snugly on camera. Yes, you did. Welcome back to Diablo 3, where we are torturing my pets. Oh. Oh. All the red flags? Scrap on my microphone. Probably the cats. Anyway, yeah, I've nothing really entertaining to say at the moment. Like, I figure we'll just do this as like last week, where it's just going to become a weird question and answer session. That
While we do Diablo meets Power Rangers. Because Chapter 3 is special.
Chapter 3 is special. Special in like I eat the paste kind of special, or because I mean, you know, it's bad when they have all 20 candidates for the same job in the same room for the interview. How did I get those cool Kingdom Hearts themes? I pre-ordered Kingdom Hearts 1.5? I think that was the 1.5. That may have been the 2.5. Pretty sure it was the 1.5. And as a pre-order, it was a pre-order bonus. So, I like it. It's cute. See, I hate it when they have all of the candidates. Like, if you've got a whole bunch of people going for the same job, and like, we're just going to put you in a room. It's like, they expect you just to grab, like, a weapon and start fighting to the death for it. Like...
Maybe they should. Like, just, okay, got you all around these tables. As you have noticed, there are a bunch of swords. It's first come, first serve. Have at it.
It's like the Hunger Games, but for jobs. Paste is yummy. I've never had paste. I will admit, as a child, I ate Play-Doh. Not, like, all the time, but, like, I had eaten it before. It's one of those... I was, like, 5, and it was taunting me. I had to know. Oh, hey, look! FMVs!
Yep, one at the start of every chapter.
I forgot FMVs sort of thing. I have not been playing a game that have, like, FMV cutscenes in forever.
Yeah, why are you putting candles on top of books?
Because the wax won't hurt them. Every time gear drops, drink. Time to get ripped. I mean, anytime any gear drops, or just some gear? Because if it's good gear, then yeah. You'd get a good buzz. If it's any gear, you'd be dead. Just wandered to 64 gigabyte for my PSP. It's salty. Yeah, it's basically Play-Doh is it's mostly salt. There's I used to remember what all went into it, because you could make homemade Play-Doh without too much trouble. Hey Dad, sitting here blazing some thick dank kush, any hoodoos and toodoos dead. I have no idea.
It's like he's trying to speak to me, I know it.
I'm apparently not hip to the kids' lingo these days anymore. I have no idea how that just meant. Oh. He's ugly as hell.
Well, I mean, he is one of the lords.
I mean,
hell.
you would be. Bogo and Caboose are also here. Welcome. It's basically salt dough food coloring. There was something in specific though that went into it that just like anyway. Try Play-Doh once. Just take a big handful. And the thing about it that pissed me off so much is the reason why it was taunting me is it was one of the first food style sets where it's like, hey, make a little hamburger, and you're sitting here going, this isn't food. But it smells edible. It looks like food. Yeah. After 10,000 years I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth. Make my monster grow. I have to say, I liked Rita's method of causing the monster to expand better than Lord Zed. Zed basically threw some sort of weird grenade, whereas Rita actually used magic. It kind of made Zed seem kind of derpy, because, like, who made the grenades? Does he make the grenades himself? I mean, I don't just sit around... I mean, I could just sit around and make grenades, but that's just one of those... Seems... You've activated my trap cord. I have to say, I really like the book art style for this. Unfortunately, the map sections all seem like Lord of the Rings.
Well, I mean, we're going into Lord of the Rings right now. This is, Helm's Deep.
Oh, I was going to say, do we get to throw some hobbits into a volcano?
We are going into a volcano, but we don't have any hobbits.
So if a Bic Donger chased you, you're saying a slagger banger gonna... Oh my god! What? Zed only used a grenade like once or twice, was mostly blast from a staff. Really? Was it that few times? We need 4 teenagers with attitudes and 1 black guy. 4 reasons. Oh. The sad thing is, the original Yellow Ranger, I can remember her stage name, Trini, but I can't remember her actual name. She's dead. She died in a car accident. So sad. Guys, I think Google Translate has a cheap sentence. For limited values. Well, it's... Skynet will become self-aware, and then Judgment Day happens, and that's the end of it for us. But yeah, I was actually really broken up about the Yellow Ranger, because I liked her better than the Pink Ranger. I always thought the Pink Ranger was kind of whiny. She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. I honestly have no recollection of any of the individual episodes or characters or anything. Just, this is a show that existed, and I watched for a year.
Oh god, growing up, the first season, it's like, if you were a kid at school and you were not paying attention to Power Rangers, you were trash. You were nothing. I missed the episode that they introduced the White Ranger, and I was ostracized for months. Nope. I was a social pariah. I might as well have had leprosy. It was one of those things. Thuy Trang. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Toy. Okay. Thank you for that. Otherwise, I would have pronounced that completely incorrectly. The pretty one is always a bitch. It's I liked her as a character, and I always thought she was more attractive. Everyone's like, "Oh, your first crush is the pink Power Ranger." No. I really despised her original character. That's just shield. I keep forgetting I have shield throw. I have shield throw now. It's not really useful, but I have it.
I mean, it does range damage.
I'm pretty sure I've seen you guys in a movie before. I'm almost 100% certain. Were you in The Wedding Ringer? No. No. I've not even seen that. That's the one with,
I've seen The Wedding Singer. I don't know about The Wedding Ringer.
I know which one it is. It's... It was the one where he hires the friend to talk him up at the wedding because he didn't really have any other friends. So it's like...
Oh, hey, an actual...
I think it was Kevin Hart was the... I don't know. A huge crush on TJ, the second Red Ranger. I really didn't like too many of the male Power Rangers. They just seemed a little... Most of them seemed too... I mean, to be fair, it was... The whole show was meant to be very two-dimensional. Like, they did not really do character development until, you know, they realized that it had a following. I always liked Johnny Youngbosch, though. And now I can't stand him because he's everywhere. It's not that I can't stand him. It's just he is literally everywhere. DB Stewart made it to the stream. Welcome. Oh, hey, look. That's a lot of poison.
Legendary plan.
Where's my horse? There's my horse! Forgot what button I had it attached to for a second. Like, original Green Ranger from the 90s. The original Green Ranger, I actually met him in passing once. He used to do a lot of martial arts expos, and so the school that I was studying at, we went to one and he was there. He seemed really nice at the time, but then I heard from a lot of people that he was kind of a dick, very egocentric. I don't know. I mean, you could probably say that about a lot of famous people. Because, you know, you get famous and the ego. That's why I'm glad I'm not famous. One thing I have to say, like, people like Markiplier, I'm actually really impressed at how, like, Markiplier is incredibly popular, and yet he is still really just very humble about it. It's one of those things that, you know, impresses me, because that takes a lot. Because so many people just kind of get to be assholes. They get a little modicum of fame, and then all of a sudden, like, your shit smells like roses, and you can do no wrong. Does your horse taste like raisins? Yes, it does. This is my horse. My horse is amazing. Tastes just like raisins. I have a friend named Trevor, so Magical Trevor became kind of a common thing. Penn used to be a BNF in Power Ranger fandom. You can't stop this joke machine. I mean, you can. But I mean, to be fair, most of the jokes are going to be about the same as what I'm going to be producing, so I mean, not exactly epic quality. I'll get banned for spam if I have to. I actually don't think I have a spam filter. I mean, I've got the, like, language filters and things like that, but yeah, I don't think I have it set up for spam.
I think YouTube has a default one, like if you send too many messages in a short period.
Oh, really? Here they're increasing the PlayStation Plus price. I don't have PlayStation Plus, so...
I kind of have PlayStation Plus, but the price increase won't affect me because, you know, reasons.
Because
nothing illegal. Before anyone gets the wrong idea, I'm not like stealing PlayStation Plus. He's totally stealing PlayStation Plus. I'm just, borrowing PlayStation Plus from the owner of a PS3 that I bought.
Yeah, he picked up a PS3 on, what, eBay?
Yeah.
And they had put, like, what, 2 years worth of PlayStation Plus on it?
Like the person who sold it has a PlayStation 4, so they're still having a active PlayStation Plus subscription, and they haven't, like, changed their password or anything. So...
It's like, I'm just gonna... I think part of the thing with famous people being assholes is because people are constantly in their face. See, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Not to say, people who become famous just instantly become assholes. That they're probably pushed to it to an extent, which sucks. It really does. But it's a lot of the original series actors are pretty cool, from what I hear. Kind of like their version of the female shit test. It just gets to be much, especially with media following. Yeah, I was talking to someone about if Laura Prepon had natural red hair, because there was some discussions like, no, she dyes her hair because she's in Orange Is the New Black, but she was in that '70s show, and throughout the bulk of that '70s show, she was a redhead, and it seemed natural. So a lot of people were like, well, I bet it is. I was like, oh, I bet it's not. I bet she dies. And there was a lot of, I wonder, what the...
And all I can help with thinking, and I bet is, who cares?
Well, I think she looks really good as a redhead, but I think she looks really bad as a blonde. Kind of, because you could tell it's not, like, blonde hair does not fit her...
You can't kill it yet. It has to finish forming.
Oh, yeah, this isn't even its final form.
Okay, now you can kill it.
It doesn't fit her, like, skin tone. Like, you can tell she's a little too pale for blonde, and it looks a little weird. But in, like, Orange Is the New Black, she's got black hair, so that just looks weird. It's like if I had, like... I mean, I'd say if I had bright blue hair, but I have bright blue hair. But there was a video posted about it because people were talking about, oh yeah, she's gone on record saying that she has red hair. And like there was a guy just following around with like a cell phone camera just harassing her, asking about her hair color. It's like, yeah, it's one thing to, debate about it and,
Okay, look, it's the giant head of Zed.
Oh. Hey Zed. You married Rita. Why did you do that? Her feature, yeah, it doesn't fit her features. She was pretty hot in Castle, a little creepy. Yes, she was very hot in Castle. I had a huge crush on her growing up too, because watching that '70s show, like, they were just a couple of years older than I was. It's like, oh yeah, this is great. This is what I hope life is like. Teenage interaction. And I've gone back and watched the show. I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. I hope this is not what I feel like as a teenager.
It is. It is.
I was a bastard of a child. I'm surprised my parents did not just smother me, like just to no. Because she slipped him a love potion. Did she? Is that really it? I don't remember Power Rangers being that rapey, but okay, that sounds kind of. I'll go with. So many things that just did not register as a child that I'm now questioning. But yeah, I get the whole paparazzi thing. That's something that I would probably have the Daniel Radcliffe approach. That if I actually become famous doing this, I'm gonna do the Daniel Radcliffe thing. I'm just gonna wear like the same outfit out in public like 3 days in a row, just so that it destroys all of their chance for pictures, because it's like you can't verify what day it is anymore, and it kind of kills the interest. Or I'm going to find someone else who's a celebrity who looks very similar to me, like hey, you got the Elijah Wood, Daniel Radcliffe thing going on, where everyone gets the two of them confused for each other, which I don't get. I don't see it, but and then I'll pay them to act like me and go around doing signings doing my signature, and I'll do the same for them. But that's because I'm a complete troll with things like that. Remember when she was the mage of Light of Mystic Force? No. I didn't watch Mystic Force. Didn't get that. That's about... forget what series I stopped watching it at. And it wore off, but he apparently was in love with her anyway. Oh, well then. Favorite 90s TV show, Third Rock from the Sun. I used to really like Third Rock. But going back and rewatching it, it didn't age very well. Chris Hemsworth and Chris Evans from the Marvel movies. Basically anyone in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is actually just become really cool. Like, they've just kind of realized they stumbled into... Like, especially Robert Downey Jr., like, his career is just... It was a... I don't even know where to begin with it. It was so crazy. And then he's like, I'm going to get the second chance. And then he's made the most of it by, you know, doing all sorts of awesome charity things. You know, just being awesome. And then all of the Chris's, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, doing all the charity stuff. Like, Chris Pratt and Chris Evans did a bet, I think for the Super Bowl, and whoever lost had to go to a children's hospital in costume, and they both ended up going because they're, like... That's kind of a stand-up thing. Like, I'm really impressed. And Paul Bettany, who's Vision... he likes to joke around that his career was over before this, because the last like major thing he had done was A Knight's Tale with Heath Ledger, and he's like, yeah, I'm just sitting at home, and then they give me this part, and it's become this massive thing, and so he's like, I will gladly go to conventions. People want to talk to me, sure, I'll go. People get Samuel L. Jackson and Lawrence Fishburne confused. I don't see that either. I don't see that. Rita became Mage of Holy Light in the show. All about good and love. Weird. I understand why actors move to LA, because being closer to jobs and the weather. I really think the Iron Man role was made for Robert Downey Jr. I mean, if you could ever have a fictional character match someone who's had pretty much the same experiences, it's Robert Downey Jr. and Tony Stark. Like, a lot of drugs, a lot of arrests. Brilliant, but, you know, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'd want to move to LA if I ever became famous. We went out to California for Amanda's uncle's wedding. Which was fun. It was a lot of fun, but it's definitely not a place that I feel that I would live, because it's just seemed very flat. I don't know. It was a beautiful place. We went to a place where the town was just covered in chickens. The town was covered in chickens. It's weird. Chickens and pot. There's pot growing out of the ditches. It was great. We couldn't, well, like, we weren't supposed to, like, grab it or anything. But, like, because it was one of those things that I guess someone, like, tossed it out of their car window before it became legalized, and just kind of sat there, and then it became legalized, and then no one cared, and it just kept growing, so it was just, like, 4-foot pot plant just growing out of the gutter, and we're all just sitting here kind of laughing at it, like, that's definitely something that, you know, no one would let fly here. Just ridiculous. Most of the actors in the MCU are ridiculously like their characters. Mark Ruffalo is an individual. He is... Just all of the interviews I've seen with him is like, I would bet you are on 10 kinds of drugs, but whatever you're on, I kind of want to be on. Marvel didn't strike gold with the Avengers series. They got parachuted into the Island of Platinum. I'm waiting for the full movie of Iron Man's battle with alcohol. See, I was expecting that to be the second movie, and they kind of led into it a little bit. Like the very first part of it, like he's doing the blood tests. Like I fully expected that to be alcoholism, but no, it was some made up poisoning for whatever element that he was. I forget whatever element he was using. It's like, no, go with the alcoholism. That's so good.
Yeah, but that's not futuristic enough.
It's not. It really isn't. And I was kind of expecting them to start talking about heroin abuse on Arrow with Red Arrow, but that never happened. It kind of happens with his sister. His sister gets into drugs, but like that's about it. Like, had an expectation for, Red Arrow, just, but that's also a network show. I can't imagine they're going to get, too in-depth. So.
You got an X.
Actually, I count DC and Marvel have been making their comics more than features of live actors. Yeah, MCU Tony isn't an alcoholic, which is weird considering he's always drinking. I mean, I guess you could always drink and not be an alcoholic, but...
You got an X, by the way.
Oh, I got an X?
Yeah.
Got an X in your face. No, I want to identify the X.
You also have a useless fist weapon.
Okay. Less strength.
But more damage.
More damage.
Overall an increase by quite a lot. What's on that fist that you got there? That might actually be pretty good.
You want it?
Drop that, yeah.
There you go. Have a fist.
Apparently it's not very good. Nope.
Boo.
I've already got a weapon with a bunch of Dex and Fight on it. Blech.
I haven't been watching any of the DC movies, though. Like, I haven't been watching... Like, I didn't go see Batman vs. Superman. I haven't gone to see Suicide Squad. Just, He's an alcohol abuser, but not an alcoholic. Yeah, I can... That's... Makes sense. I can see that. Protect and serve. I'm just gonna break the sturdy barrel. Oh! You're a big fella.
Just, carries other troops inside of its gullet.
I'm just running into him with my horse. Oh god, there's so many of those giant things. That's ridiculous.
This is the last one.
Dominating. Oh, there's still there. You're not a dead thing. I've basically noped out of the DC movies. See, the thing is, I keep hearing about how much they messed up Jared Leto's Joker by terrible edits. Not that I have too much of an interest in Jared Leto's Joker. I mean, Jared Leto's a fantastic actor. Joker's one of those characters that, depending on who's playing, it's like I either really like or really hate. There's really not much of a middle ground. Like, I didn't like the Joker in any of the animated things except for the 90s animated. Like the Beware the Batman, where Joker basically had green dreadlocks for whatever reason, and was like hunchback. There was a lot of I don't know what the fuck was going on with that show. But and as much as it's sacrilegious to say, I really disliked Cesar Romero's Joker in the Adam West Batman. Like, I loved the Adam West Batman. It was such a campy show, but I just never liked the Joker. I never liked Joker or Penguin. I liked the Riddler, though. A couple of minor dumb things in the movie. The only real problem was basically calls the movie. Okay. Leto honestly could have been out of the movie more or less. See, that's what I've heard. Like, his being there doesn't really do any, like, you could have taken out all of the scenes and it would not have changed the flow of the movie. So, all hail Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill in general. Because I love that he is so willing to do so many weird things. He did the live-action Guyver movie, which, if you haven't seen that, I highly recommend you do. I love the Guyver anime. The Guyver anime is badass. The live-action is just so cheesy and campy. It's great. And Mark Hamill's in the first one. He's not in the second, though. But then he also did Trickster for Flash, which is
we're supposed to be going back there.
Also great. So, if you can't get CCH Pounder to play Waller, Viola Davis is a good choice. Mark Hamill is good people. See, I haven't seen The Killing Joke. I really do like the DC animated movies. Those have all been really good. The last one I saw was Son of Batman with Damian Wayne coming into it. So, as because he could have come back in the second one. The Zoanoids have regenerative properties. They could have just put him in some sort of tube and brought him back. Zoanoids, man. It's just... It's like the ultimate MacGuffin technology. Because that was the whole thing about the anime. It's like, we're going to turn this Zoanoid into another Zoanoid. Can you do that? Zoanoid! And just, like, they would end sentences with the word Zoanoid. It's great. If you play Arkham Asylum... Yeah, see that, and that's the thing, like, the Arkham games were... That's how I knew the Arkham games were going to be good. When the first one's like, okay, you got, you know, the 90s voice actors back for all the characters. All the characters that they could. And then, you know, Mark Hamill kept coming back for the sequels, and he's like, you know, I'm kind of done. And they're like, hey, we've got one more that we want to end.
Right, your axe.
What about my axe?
The ghost there. It's from your axe. It's like, why can't I kill this guy?
Oh. I was like, what? Yeah, the ghost has been following us for a while. But they're like, yeah, I'm going to retire with the Joker. And he's like, we got one last one. Come back. He's like, yeah, I'll come back. Like, that's how you know it's going to be good. And it's like, when Mark Hamill's like, yeah, I'm going to retire. No, I'll retire after this one. Waller was portrayed as someone who thought she was way too smart and couldn't get out of. Show got regenerated from brain bits on the Guyver metal in there. Yeah, see, the Guyver itself, as long as there is an active cell, they can regenerate. So, basically, once you are a Guyver, you are immortal!
It's like a Mila Jovovich in Fifth Element.
Yeah, basically.
We've got, you know, 2 or 3 cells, so we can, you know, bring an entire being to life.
Just cloning, man. It's just... we're wasting this technology on sheep. Except we're not. I really don't understand why we have not, you know, looked into cloning technology more. I can see, you know, not having cloning technology applied to humans, but I think it would really benefit cancer research. You know, you clone someone who has cancer, see if the clone individual has, you know, a high likelihood for developing the same type of cancer, or if they develop a different type of cancer, or if they don't develop cancer at all. It's one of those things that I think could really benefit, but everyone's like, oh no! Moral outrage. Waller's supposed to be extremely competent. Waller is. Waller was always kind of the, I'm a badass. If I had, you know, training, I could have been, you know, as good as Batman. Because she was, you know, pretty much on Batman's level in terms of resource acquisition and management. Like in the Justice League cartoons, like she knows who Batman is, and she's gonna threaten him, which she instantly regretted.
Yeah.
The one thing is, I did not like Waller in Arrow. I didn't. They made her. They didn't make her as smart as she's supposed to be. They just made her as bitchy as she is, and she's like, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And it's like, if it weren't for your horse, you wouldn't have spent that year in college. No, if it weren't for you having a trump card, but you didn't know you had a trump card until someone pointed it out. It's like, it was just badly written. I'm kind of glad they killed off that version of Waller. Plus, they got a super skinny character, which... That was the thing about Waller. She was not anorexic. I'm actually kind of surprised people didn't start bitching about that. Like, that was one of those things that I expected to hear bitch, and no one did. No one, or at least if they did, I didn't see it. She was a rare instance of competent, heavy, aged woman of color. Yeah, that's like, you have this character that has a defined characteristic that you're just, we're going to ignore. The cloning, there's no reason not to make cloned organ. Cloned organ, that's another thing. I forgot completely about cloned organs. I need a new liver. I'm going to clone a liver. You want a cloned liver? I've got livers. Every time they bring her to the screen, they downplay her competence, make her evil and stupid, and make her younger and prettier. Yeah, basically. That's... Now if only we could... And bringing the two topics of cloning and Waller together. Waller cloned Batman. That was the whole premise of Batman Beyond. She's like, the world needs Batman, so she's like, I'm gonna give this kid's dad I'm gonna give this newlywed couple alter the father's DNA to be Bruce Wayne, so that we have a half Batman kid get born to this, and then we're gonna kill the parents.
A little shot of Batman juice.
A little shot of Batman juice. I was like, this is Waller's plan. It's like, I'm gonna rewrite this guy's DNA, so half Batman kid. I'm gonna kill the parents, so the kid grows up to be Batman. That's dark. That is you are playing the long game. That's like a sinister plan of, not only am I going to, completely futz this kid's DNA, I'm gonna kill the parents. Like, oh my god. She does have a throwaway line at the end of Suicide Squad showing she knows who Bats is. She's kind of a mega bitch for no reason. I didn't realize that was Waller. Yeah, because it doesn't... It seems nothing like her, does it? Yeah. Getting a DNA sample is easy enough. He left it all over town. Terry blinks. Not remote. That was one of the best lines. Like, making it sound like Bruce was a whore. Which, depending on who was writing, he kind of was. I forgot. I think I was reading Batman Year One. One of the... it may have been... I don't remember if it was one of the Frank Miller ones or not. But, like, Batman has sex with Black Canary in the rain on a pier after beating up a whole bunch of ninjas. Like... The fuck is this? None of this makes sense. And then it was another story, and he has sex with Catwoman after, not arresting Catwoman for something. It's like, there's so much of this that's just like, I don't get. Batman does not sleep with everything that moves. And then there's the Talia al Ghul, storylines where that's canon now. Batman's got a kid with, the head of the League of Assassins, who Talia started off, kind of awesome, and then they really broke her character and just made her all about daddy issues. So bad. Oh, that's a whole lot of glowing shit in there. Well, to be honest, what woman doesn't have a little bit of Bruce Wayne in them? Well, I always see someone as necessary evil. I'm a part of. Yeah, she's very much necessary evil. Lawful evil, lawful neutral, depending on. Yeah, that's Damien the Bat Brat. Yeah. Barbara, did you see you? What did you think of it? Did they kill Damien? They killed Damian Wayne? I missed that. I'm really actually kind of indifferent about it, thinking about it, because I hated the writing. Like, it's like, how many stories can we make the kid a brat and then have him become not a brat at the end? It's like, there's only so many times you can teach me the exact same lesson before it's like, obviously not sticking.
Evan the Terrible, the one green stone. Oh my god, that's so much poison.
So much poison. Hero Reaper. That's... a year ago, he got his neck broken, something. Totally gave up when they rebooted Blue Beetle. See, I saw that they killed... Nightwing in the Injustice storylines by breaking... Like, Nightwing went out like a bitch. Damian Wayne throws a baton at him, hits him in the head, kind of stuns him. He falls backward, his neck lands on a rock and snaps, and he dies. Like, really? That's how you're gonna take out fucking Dick Grayson? Nightwing goes out, baton to the head, rock to the neck. Like, oh my... I almost gave up reading the Injustice storyline at that point. Like, I was kind of invested. It's like, I got to see how it goes from here.
Ooh, level 30 for you. You have another passive and such.
Let's see, what do I have? Passive. Oh damn, I've got a lot of passives. What do we have?
Oh, you just unlocked 2 new ones down at the bottom there.
Yeah. I don't remember what these all are. Okay, additional 3 wrath. Locking gives wrath. Amount of damage dealt by your weapons increased by 10%. Okay. Your armor is increased by a percentage equal to your shield's block chance. Each point of wrath spent heals 16 life. Sure, I'll use that as a passive. I'm okay with that. Still Jamie, but all angsty and nasty now. His parents don't know he's Blue Beetle. Scarab is evil. He hit Brenda for her own good. Oh God, that's. I liked the Young Justice version of Blue Beetle. It's like the Scarab is basically a Guyver. It's alien weapon that morphs into what he needs at the time. It has an AI. You know, I kind of like that. Mostly because I kind of like the Guyver concept. And that was, you know, DC. I guess DC may have been like, oh, we're ripping this off a little too much. We should probably stop. But, oh well. Something glowing in here. Speed increase. Now I'm the Flash. Now I was actually timing that. I thought it was good. It was better than expected. Comics are known for being topical. Yeah. Blue Beetle was a fun series. His parents were awesome. And see, that's the thing. It's like, if you want to have characters that like you don't know the parents or the kids are involved, like Shazam or Captain Marvel. I forget which one it is. I know that they keep bouncing back and forth because of trademark issues, but. Like, his foster father or actual father... Hey, it's Zed! Again.
Yeah, this keeps happening.
He keeps taunting us with this giant floating head.
Didn't you know, being a Lord of Evil makes you, or gives you psychic powers. You can astrally project.
Oh, that's
And also, create bad guys out of little grenades or magic staff.
see. That's the well. Rita made bad guys out of clay, which made me wonder why she didn't just make a whole bunch of them all at once. She made the putties, and the putties were like, well, I can make a whole bunch of crap ones, or I can make one strong one and a whole bunch of crap ones. Why not make a couple of strong ones?
Well, true art takes time and inspiration. You can't just, crap these things out.
Except that one of the guys had a book of bad guys, and he's like, I'm going to make what's on page 62 today. Like, fucking really? Just make all 62 pages worth of bad guys and then send them all at once. It's like, build up your resources and then send an army of strong monsters.
Or, maybe that was the problem. Maybe they weren't, trying hard enough to be artistic. They were just throwing crap at the wall and seeing what stuck, which none of it did.
Some of the bad guys in the first season, I forget which one it was. There was one that was a pig. It was like a pig head wearing like a Roman centurion hat with like weird arms coming off the side of his mouth because he was like he was like Kirby. Like his entire body was this pig head and then like tiny legs and weird arms. And he went around eating everything because the kids were having a national food day. And like that, they're like, we can't ruin the food day. It's like, so you're making themed monsters now. Like, DC has fucked up a lot. I hate it when they did Canary and Arrow. No Sonic. Well, that's because Arrow, they wanted to stay away from the metahumans for as long as possible. When they started getting into magic, it's like, okay, you want to bring in all the DC elements, but you're avoiding, the Black Canary's metahumanness. Okay. Because that would have been good for another couple of crossovers. Like, oh, she develops metahuman powers and has to go to Star Labs and get, checked out. Like, oh, and then, yeah. But I loved when they brought Constantine over. Oh my god, I love Constantine. I'm so mad when they canceled that show. Matt Ryan was such a good Constantine. Do you guys think DC is going to go with the friend of the Superman route? Or then just... I don't know. I also don't care. I cannot get hyped for Justice League. I watched the trailer where Ben Affleck was going around trying to recruit everyone. I was like, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I watched it. I promptly closed the window. I left the room. And I got a drink. I'm like, I'm just going to pretend like I didn't see that. Which one's darker and edgier? If Nolan and Snyder are involved, then it's heads or tails. Yeah. But I just not looking forward to any of the DC movies. But I am so looking forward to Doctor Strange. Engelbert Slappyback as Doctor Strange is just... It's going to be so good. So good. The Engelbert Slappyback, it's the joke on his name.
Level 30.
To start with, and then Eddie Izzard has a skit about God, what was his name? Engelbert Humperdinck. Because his real name was not Engelbert Humperdinck, and someone's like, "You should name yourself Engelbert Humperdinck," and he's just sitting there spitballing ideas for names like Wingelbert Slappyback or Slut Benwalla, and yeah, that's those two jokes need to be put together. I really want Eddie Izzard to have like Benedict Cumberbatch come on stage and just do that skit together. Anyway, the James Marsters would have been perfect for Constantine 20 years ago. Yeah, or 15. Summer 2017. I want to see Wonder Woman. Wayne's World. I like how Gadot is portraying. See, I like her in this sections I've seen of her, but I keep worrying that they're going to make too much of her standalone movie, like cheesy love story that's just not going to go anywhere. There's an animated movie where Wonder Woman was the star. It was awesome. Like, she's dealing with a mob, and the mob's sitting there, like, she's in a limo getting ready to go to the White House or UN or something to speak to someone important. And, like, the mob starts surrounding the limo, and she gets out, and, like, people are like, you're dressing like a slut. And, like, she lassos one of the guys who's harassing her. He's like, do you really have a way with how I dress? And he's got the lasso of truth around him, so he's compelled to say, and it's like, truth be told, I really want to dress up like you because you look really good, and I think that's a really awesome costume. It's like, it makes me feel strong. It's like, it makes me feel strong too. Like, that was just awesome. It was so well written. I know for Marvel, they have said that Avengers Infinity War is not going to be 2 movies. It was originally going to be in Infinity War Part 1 and 2, and now it's Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, and then I forget, like, I don't think they have a name for the second movie yet, but it's not going to be Infinity War Part 2. So I guess they're not making it a 2-parter, which makes me wonder how they're going to change the build-up, because you can't do Infinity War in a 2-hour movie. Not unless you use every movie coming out between now and then as, like, the setup for that. Which, I mean, they kind of do. But one second, I would gladly watch them both, and, like, just back to back. When Avengers 2 came out, one of our local theaters was doing a marathon of all of the Marvel movies up until that point. It's like you could buy an all-day ticket and just hang out and just watch. They were just going from, like, they started in chronological order, so it's like Iron Man, and just went from there up until, I forget what the last one was that they had. But it was, yeah. I would gladly do that. Just sit all day in a movie theater watching all the Marvel movies back to back. Are they considering doing the Secret Wars? The problem with Secret Wars is it uses too many of the other properties. Like, Magneto was a huge character in Secret Wars. And they don't have the rights to Magneto because Fox is a bunch of dicks and won't play nice. Is his name Nom?
Gom.
Okay.
It should be Nom, though, because that would be more fitting.
I thought it was Gnom. I'm like, is his name Nom? That would just be hilarious. Why is that not a thing?
Nom, Lord of Gluttony.
I swear that they make Wonder Woman a strong lead only to have her ask for bats or soup. Yeah. Well, they're setting it up in, I want to say, World War II, or World War I even. Like, it looks more like a period piece rather than, modern day DC universe. So, I don't think they're going to be asking for other people, but, like, I can see it of, it's like, I'm going to make it about the power of love. I think we're,
Yeah, our inventory's full.
Yeah. That and the Fantastic... Yeah, like... Look to Rutgers Ron and Wonder... See, that's the thing, is like, you had people who were interested and willing to do a good Wonder... Like, Joss Whedon, before he started working for the Marvel, so I was like, yeah, I'll gladly do a Wonder Woman movie. Like, yeah, no, we're going to pass. And he starts doing the Marvel stuff, and, like, yeah, he doesn't have the time to do both, and now he's left Marvel, and they're already working on Wonder Woman, so it's like, you guys missed that boat. Like, come on. Like, really, guys? That's just... You fucked up. You lost a son.
Yeah, sure.
I love how you get, the offhand weapon, too. Like...
Oh, I didn't even... Or no. I guess you just didn't break that after last time.
What, Heart of Iron, or?
Yeah, because that was my old chest armor before I got the new one.
Oh, yeah, I thought we broke everything down, so... Oh, everyone has to remember this is DC we're talking about. Joss's handling of strong female characters hit or miss. If it's a main character, it's usually good. If it's a supporting character, that's where he screws up with the supporting characters. He typically either writes them into corners or... yeah. But, like, Buffy was good while he was writing it, you know, for several seasons. But, like, I never liked Cordelia and Angel. Like, it was just...
I have no rubies.
No rubies. 0 rubies. Jackie Chan. I wonder if they're going to use her to be their version of Cap. I don't know. She's... I don't know. I'm really just kind of avoiding the DC movies. I might watch them when they're on TV. And there's nothing else on. Can we take, like, the flawed one? Is that what you're doing, taking the flawed ones and making the...
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a whole bunch of good ones.
I'm confused by what this socket option here is.
Yeah.
Now.
Joss loves shock deaths, and, like...
Okay.
I had to stop watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because it's like, I don't know what happened, but it's like someone kicked Joss Whedon's puppy, and he was just depressed about it for the... Like, you can't have 2 seasons of the main characters just completely getting shit on every single episode. Nothing good. No light at the end of the tunnel. Or every time there is a light, it turns out to be a train running them over. It's like, you can't keep doing that. That's too much. I have a flawed ruby.
And no chipped. And that sucks that we have one flawed ruby between the two of us.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the ones that are... I've got, I think, 2 flawed in one of my pieces of equipment. The Doom Pan. I read that as Doom Pan. I'm like, I want to equip the Doom Pan.
That looks like a good ring.
Not for that slot.
I mean, even for that slot, it's still better damage. But for that one, it'd be even better.
Yeah. I can put my flawed ruby there. Garrison. No stat. Really, no stats?
Yeah, that happens.
Wow. I'm not using that one.
Well, there's another shield beneath that one that actually had greens.
Oh, yeah. And it's socketed. Yeah, we'll use that. And it's a niftier looking shield. What are you? No. New head. The mind. Mind taking.
My mind!
Yep, we'll go with that. And shoulder pads, not going to be worthwhile.
Was there a good chest piece in there? Oh no, never mind. I thought I saw something that was worth using.
And then all of those. Where... This is just the...
That's the gym.
And
Blacksmith is over here.
I can put gyms in myself. I don't have to go over there, do I?
Right.
Okay.
They have a menu over there, but it's completely unnecessary.
Completely. What I'm missing some discussion on tropes. High school D&D. I think there's a time where we could. Yeah, I'm missing a whole bunch of. Joss loves shock deaths. I love how they killed the new soups and only 2 movies. Spoiler. Oh, I didn't know they killed them. Oh, well. Dumbest thing ever. There's absolutely no reason to do that early because it's meaningless. Marvel's Infinity War. Colors, not a crime, with neither is joy or hope. I hated that it is so early. I was a Spidey gal, not that I'm attached to soups. My Superman is Tim Daly. Ha! Level 6.
I think you have some plans for the blacksmith as well, if you want to check your inventory. It's the select and down at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, you got well, we got 2 plans for the long shot. Son of a bitch. But yeah, you can just use those and it'll teach it to him. Like you just use them out of the inventory there.
Oh, I just use them out of the inventory?
Yeah. Do we have separate artisans? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I did not realize that was the thing.
Alright, so what do I need to do?
Go all the way over to the train.
And just make things?
Yeah, just hit X until he hits level 4.
There we go.
Now you can use your plans.
Now I can use the plans. Should I just use all the plans?
Yeah, I mean, they're not worth anything. Or barely anything.
Alright, do I need to make something now?
Might be able to, I don't know.
I mean...
I don't know what's worthwhile, or what needs to be upgraded. Probably not your weapon, since you just got that weapon.
Yeah.
It's level 28, it's legendary, you're probably not going to make anything better.
Well, if there's nothing to make, then I need to put my ruby in a socket. I have not seen High School D&D, so... Thought Batman, Superman, better if the Superman parts were vibrant and full of color. Yeah, that's the thing. I used to love the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, but I can't keep up with the fact that every time they reboot the series, they hire a new actor, and they keep rebooting the series. It's like, I didn't like Tobey Maguire. I really didn't. But, you know, the first one was not a bad movie. It fit the time. And then they just went complete downhill after that. And then you got 2 movies with Andrew Garfield, which weren't bad. And now you've got the new kid who's in Cap. Hi, Gracie. What are you doing?
Gracie.
What? Are you hiding?
I'm gonna make some gloves.
Also, being somebody who got into Batman mostly through the animated series,
God.
I like Batman have a sense of humor and some actual social skills. Not untrue. Batman just being a dick for the sake of being a dick, a little much. I'm playing the whole Final Fantasy series. I just started 1, 2, and now I'm on 3. High School D&D is plot with plot. Oh, well then. Oh, that's a topic I can bring up. So, are the Kane's armor actually worthwhile or no?
They are, but they require fiery brimstones, like two brimstones each, and also they're level 22, so we'll soon be out leveling them.
Yeah.
But for now, they're pretty good.
Cause
There's a separate tab for armor.
so there is. I missed that. And armor.
Yeah, I did too at first. Yeah, you have 3 brimstones.
Like I can make it. Is it? 66 armor. Into 62. But I guess the 3 random magic properties are the possible stats. Like
Yeah, like you could get strength and bite and crit damage or something maybe, if you were perfectly lucky.
I'm not gonna bet on that one.
I mostly just made the gloves since I already had the the crown, so I get the 2-piece set bonus of 2% attack speed.
2 whole percent. But yeah, topic that I said I could bring up. So, one of my former coworkers sent me a message like, there's a big brouhaha, a game called Galgun. Have you heard of it?
Not anything about it. The title sounds familiar, but that's about it.
The only reason why I knew of it is because Game Grumps did a playthrough of it, and I watched like the first episode of it, and I couldn't watch it because it was just not an entertaining looking game. But apparently, it's not being sold at physical retailers, so you can't go into a GameStop and buy it. You can't go into a Target and buy it. You can't go into a Best Buy because it's they're saying it's because it's raunchy. It's rated M for, strong sexual situations and things like that. And so everyone's like, oh, people are getting up in arms because I can't walk into a GameStop and buy it, but yet I can walk in and buy, other games like Senran Kagura or Call of Duty or things that are like instantly, much worse than this in, their particular opinions. And some people like, or the fact that it's a Vita game, and most places have stopped carrying Vita games because no one gives a fuck about the Vita these days.
Not even Sony.
Sony doesn't give a like. The Vita is getting third-party support, but Sony's like, yeah, we're done. Like when your own parent company just drops it, that should be a clue. Or the fact that most places that sell games have very limited shelf space. So it's like, what are you going to pick? The super popular titles or the super niche titles?
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing.
Ooh.
In discussing Donald Glover and Miles Morales, PSP version of Final Fantasy IV, Del Toro Quest. I don't watch much live TV. Everything I watch is DVR'd. Because they dropped the Vita like a redheaded stuff. I mean, it's a powerful... It had the Sony problem. The PSP was technically more powerful than Nintendo's handhelds that were out at the equivalent time. I think the PSP straddled the Game Boy Advance, or the Game Boy DS. Like, it straddled that generation. And so, yes, the PSP is vastly more powerful. But it's so much more powerful that people don't know what to do with it. Like, do you develop, like, high-end games for it? Do you develop, budget titles? Like, no one seemed to know where to go with it. And then it was great for all of its external features, like the fact that you could hack it. Not that we don't have, like, 3 hacked PSPs in the house. Like, it's just... like, that's... And then the Vita was the same thing. The Vita is so much more powerful than the 3DS. It's not even funny. But that power comes at a cost, at both, battery life, development cycles, marketing budgets, and then you've got the thing that really did the Vita no favors of having a really expensive proprietary memory card. Like, I know why they did it, because the proprietary memory card made it a lot harder for people to hack it. But people are still going to hack the shit. Like, you just assume if you make a piece of hardware, someone somewhere out there is going to hack this shit. It's going to happen. Set the characters, skin color isn't a big deal. Yeah, I don't give two shits about a character's skin color as long as, the character writing makes sense. Like, that's... Like, so many people are getting up in arms that Zendaya is going to be the new Mary Jane Watson. It's like, oh, you're getting someone, a person of color to play Mary. I don't care. Mary Jane was always supposed to be like, a ridiculously attractive woman that, for whatever reason, saw something in, like, the nerdy outcast who was Peter Parker. Like, Zendaya, she fits that. She is a very attractive woman. Can she, play off the I'm a very attractive woman who's, in love with, you know, a nerd out of, you know, the stereotypical context? Yes, I think she can. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I mean, I don't know her acting skills, so I can't say, like, I honestly can't say off the top of my head, what have I seen her in that I can compare? It's like, can you do a good... But I'm not just sitting here going, oh my god, they made Mary Jane Black. I can't... No, that's just the stupidest level of shit. Yes, we're talking about that. I don't know who she is, but the actress I'm down with. Oh, Stan Lee said something about it? I would love to see that, because I would love to see what Stan Lee's take on it. Because when you have basically the Marvel god say, this is okay, just shut up and deal with it. PS Vita is still being developed with different colors and all the... Are they still making Vitas? I mean, I know Sony's not making games for it, but I would honestly be surprised if they were still actually making Vitas. Well, actually, I guess I would, because I would have seen like an actual statement of like, the second you stop making the console, that's when it's officially dead. Because I mean, they were still making PS2s up into what, 2014, 2015. But I mean, fuck, they were still making like this year. Japan made its last VHS player. Like, let's take a second and like diagram that sentence. Like, if I could read Japanese, I'd go to Japan and buy Vita and some games. Same with Hunger Games and people losing their shit over Rue being a little black girl. They need to do a Spider-Man Big Hero 6. I am so looking forward to the fact that Big Hero 6 is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. That is going to be so awesome. So awesome. Plus PS Vita may not have a good library, but it's getting... I would play it simply for the off-play functionality. But the problem with it is, it's more expensive than the Wii. And the Wii has a very similar concept of, I want to play this game, but I don't want to sit in front of the TV. Like, I'll take my Wii U tablet and, like, Mano will go to bed and like, I'll go lay in bed and, you know, play a game on the Wii from a different room while she's sleeping, because she's, like, she doesn't sleep well if, you know, I'm not there. Which it's the same thing. If she's not here, I don't sleep. The last time she was out of town, I threatened to turn the house into a giant puppet like that scene in Family Guy. But the Wii has a limited range. Like, I can't take the Wii U too far from the base console itself, because its reach for streaming is not that long. Which is what everyone's expecting the NX is going to fix. The NX is basically going to be like the PS4 and Vita combined. Like, that seems to be what people are expecting the NX to be. Is like, it's a portable console that can plug into your TV. So it kind of alleviates both of these things. But given how expensive a PS3 or PS4 and a Vita was, like, it's a lot. But like, Grand Kingdom, I play Grand Kingdom all the damn time. I log into it at least for an hour every day. Like, you've seen me every day. Like, I'm sitting here playing it. Because I really enjoy the game. And if there was like a cross-play between, you know, the PS4 version and the Vita version, like, I would gladly play that. Like, just be able to access my save file on one, switch to the other. It's like, oh, we're going to go out. Like, Man likes to go out Pokemon hunting for Pokemon Go. I'm still boycotting Pokemon Go until they fix the damn tracker. But, like, I could play some Grand Kingdom while... Yeah, totally. I would be down for that. But, you know, so many games actually don't take advantage of that feature, or you have to buy 2 copies of the game, which is obnoxious and kind of sucks and costly, and yeah. But anyway, what's everyone's name? Stan basically said what you said, Mariah. He likes share the part and is fine with her doing as long as she portrays the part. That's the thing. That's nice that you guys are that close. I missed what that was in reference to. Close, like physically, or close, like emotionally? Like, I mean, me and Culex, we're very close emotionally.
I think he was talking about you and Mana.
Probably. Like,
or she, I don't know who said that.
it was DB Stewart, so. I believe DB is male. I don't know. We've had this conversation. I can't tell half the time based off of people's screen names. I try to get it right. I know Pin would yell at me all the time if I got that wrong, and I try. I really do. But replaying Shining Force 3, getting to the part with Jade, where you get either Jade or Garrosh depending on your actions in scenario 1. Like, I still to this day think Jade is a woman, and Jade is Garrosh's brother, and I always screw that up. I always screw that up. Me and Mana. Yeah, I mean, we've been together since 2002. We've been living together since like 2004, 5. 4, I believe, is when she moved in, and then we got our own place in like 2005, and we've basically been sleeping in the same bed since then. It's like you get to a point where you get used to certain sleeping conditions. Like at first we got like a white noise machine that plays like rain sounds, and like I could not. It bugged me, but we kept with it, and now it's like if I'm sleeping in a place that I don't hear that, it bugs me. You know, you get used to certain sleeping conditions, and one of those is having someone sleeping next to you. It's like Amanda will roll over and like kick me, and like at first that bugged me. And now it's like, oh, it's just, my wife's kicking me. It's just okay, fine, whatever. I'm used to it. Nice to see some couples holding strong in today's world. It's all Amanda. Amanda puts up with so much of my bullshit. Like, she has the patience of a saint. Like, that's all it is. It's the success of our relationship is 100% her. She is just, like I said, patience of a saint.
It just occurred to me that the last time we were back in town, you didn't actually fix your inventory at all. Your inventory is still full.
So we're artisan?
Yeah, salvage there, or Hadric, whichever.
There's nothing I need to worry about getting, because everything was crap, wasn't it? So...
Yeah, well, those boots are new, maybe? Like, they have better damage, but less survivability.
Let me see. I don't think that's...
Oh, you have 2 boots that fit those qualifiers, actually.
Slightly...
Very
one more
slight.
strength. And...
Nah.
No. What about you? 60 strength, less vitality, but more life per second, and more armor. Is the vitality drop worth it?
Yeah. The only reason I would keep the other ones is if you wanted the move speed, which is, move speed is nice.
It's honestly not like I'm paying that much attention. Like
Yeah.
I'm on auto follow most of the time. All right, what do I need to do? What is the
Just mash X.
Mash X? Let's see. What's everyone saying? I enjoy Grand Kingdom as it comes with 39 DLC. I mean, I've been playing the hell out of Grand Kingdom. I love it. I hope everyone really enjoys my Let's Play of it, because once I finish the Nation storylines, I'm gonna just start doing some online stuff and doing that. I might stream the online stuff instead. I don't know. Been in a long distance relationship for 4 years. Oh, long distance relationships are hard, so mazel tov for that. Parents were married for 24 years. Been in a relationship about a year. Oh, everyone's got, so that's like to get a point. Eventually, a girlfriend would probably help, though. Having a girlfriend does make having a girlfriend an easier. Aromatic Ace. I've had romance for 4 years, though. I don't know what I pressed a button. What spell? Oh, okay.
Whatever you have on circle.
What a bad ability.
Which is the one that's like, every 30 seconds you can do this thing for 5 seconds.
I had a lot going on the last few years, so not really interested in anything serious. That's the thing, like, when me and Amanda met, I'd actually just gotten out of a really, really bad relationship. So, like, I told her, like, we got along really well, we were both very much attracted to each other, and, like, we really enjoyed spending time together, but I don't want anything serious, and it just kind of turned into something serious. Just kept going from there. So, like, nothing bad there, just... But, you know, speaking of, like, other relationships, a lot of my other relationships started off on really rocky terms or really awkward situations or ended on really rocky terms and awkward situations. Like, I actually can't say that I'm friends with any of my ex... No, I'm friends with one of them on Facebook, but we don't speak. So, I mean, yeah. Oh, congratulations, Caboose! Congratulations! Well done. I'd say send me an invite to the wedding, but I honestly don't know I'd be able to make it. But if I could, I would totally come to your wedding. So, congratulations on that. That is awesome. That is awesome. Funny story, I never actually officially proposed to Amanda. We just decided one day that we were engaged. There was one day she was having a really, really bad day. Just everything was going bad. I had just gotten like a massive check from work for something. Like I had worked like 4 or 5 extra shifts, so I had a whole bunch of extra money on my paycheck that week. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna go out and buy her a really nice diamond ring because she said she wanted one, and I ended up buying an engagement ring because that ring was the nicest one in that price range. It's like I could get, you know, kind of a crappier ring, crappier quality, or I could get, you know, a nice engagement. And she's like, "This is an engagement ring." Yeah, I know. It's like, but you know, take it for however you want it, and like if you want to consider yourself engaged, that's fine. If not, like I didn't like drop to one knee and propose or anything like that. I gave her a ring and she cried and definitely improved her day. But yeah, there was no actual proposal. It's just like, and then like, fuck, I don't even know how many years later we finally set a date to get married. It's like, screw it. Mm-hmm. If you find someone who knows me, please don't tell them because I haven't known. I will be sure hopefully no one knows your screen name because remember the chats are saved, so yeah. I'm friends with my only ex. It helps that we broke up because we realized it was aromatic, asexual, so we got the ego boost of being the only guy. That's, you know, guys love an ego boost. We have a friend who...
You got a thing, by the way.
I got a thing?
A spear.
We have a friend who's basically asexual, and like we will flirt. Oh my god!
No strength, but
no
200
strength, but
vitality.
210 vitality.
And it's still enough to have 3 green arrows for damage, even without the strength.
I'm gonna go with that.
That is a fuck ton of damage.
Yeah!
Shame no more ghost buddies, though. Except for mine.
Yeah, we only get your ghost buddy. I just said sorry, but you turned me gay. Divinity Original Sin. Everyone keeps telling me I should play Divinity. None of my friends watch. You should have your friends watch my stream. Well, I mean, not right now with this, given this particular... But yes, have your friends watch my because, you know, the more people who watch... we were discussing it a while back of just how many people stream on YouTube versus how many viewers per thing. So it's like you have, like, the huge streamers who have, like, thousands of viewers at a given time. And then you have so many people, like, there are so many people who stream on YouTube who have, like, you know, 1 or 2, if that, viewers. that I'm actually in the top 50% with my regular 10 to 12 people watching. So, like, the more people you have, you have friends that's like, oh, you should watch this guy's stream, even if you're just watching the background. Because, like, just the more viewers, just having, like, 10 extra viewers knocks me up a ridiculous amount of percentage. Like, it's... And I was actually looking at something on the Let's Play subreddit the other day of just how, like, 80% of channels on YouTube have less than, 1,000 subscribers and things like that. So it's like, I'm already beating that percentage. It's like, yes! But, like, I was watching the Team 4-Star live stream for the Cell games, and they had, like, 12,000 people. I'm like, Jesus Christ. They also have, like, I want to say over 100,000, several 100,000 subscribers. So, like, yeah, it's really easy. I like this place. I can have a conversation. It's like Church Sunday. Are we saying my live stream is like a church? Either that it's quiet and peaceful, or that... I'm sure I can... There's jokes somewhere to be made in here, but I really, really shouldn't.
I want that. I have Cinder as my partner now.
Cinder! I think Killer Instinct is one of the ones that works on my emulator. I think I've got it on the Xbox with everything else. I need to find out.
Oh my!
I have 23 subscribers, several of whom I've picked up here. I could make a church. I've thought about that, making my own, non-profit religion. If L. Ron Hubbard can do it, I'm sure I can do it. But yes, seriously, tell your friends. Tell your friends, come on down.
I mean, all that you need to form a church is a regular meeting time, which we have, and a mantra or something. A set of beliefs.
Yeah, there has to be a set of beliefs. I could.
They don't have to be, like religious beliefs.
Yeah,
it just has to be.
You just have to have, a series of tenets to follow. Just
Yeah.
a core to it. So yeah. If I went to church, I'd be bored out of my mind. Come for the stream, stay for the topical conversation that occasionally turns raunchy. That could be the basis of my church. Deep conversation with the occasional raunch. Everyone loves, So there's one thing. It's like everyone uses the phrase TNA, tits and ass. But it's not just tits and ass. Like how do you qualify male attractive qualities? And I made the mistake of asking Philip that. Philip is a very old friend of mine. We went to high school together, and Philip is gay, and he likes to be over the top with a lot of his responses to it because Philip's also probably one of the funniest people I've ever met, which says something considering most of my friends are just like fucking comedic geniuses. Your comedic timing just astounds me at the shit you can come up with off the top of your head, or the fact that you always have a GIF response ready. Like you have but anyway, I made the mistake of asking Philip what if you had to say TNA, and he basically just said look for the bulge, and I'm like no, just
the bulge.
The bulge. No, I wouldn't be God. No. Mom's a Presbyterian deacon. It could be worse. Presbyterians aren't terrible, but Church of the Cowboy. It's not a cowboy hat. It is a slouch hat. Cowboys did not wear this hat. Australian snipers or Australian cavalry, depending on the era, they wore the hat. Which is funny because I follow a YouTuber by the name of Muselk, who does TF2 and Overwatch, and he's Australian. I kind of want to get in touch with them and be like, hey, we should do a cross. Like, you're Australian. I've got an awesome hat. Can we make this work? Somehow, like do a TF2 stream. Like, can we make? There's something here that works. Can we do this? Worship the penguin. Give offerings of salmon. Okay, I think Pin's night has just been made because someone's like, I got 6 pounds of salmon in my freezer. It's like, Horsey! No, he lived through the Horsey. No one lives through the Horsey. No one wastes figgy pudding. Church of the Nerds. Send a letter to your kangaroo wife. No, my wife, she also has a thing for penguins. She loves Bats Maru from Hello Kitty. So, basically, if we find anything Bats Maru related, she buys it. Like, there's no talking her out of it. It's like, basically, if I find anything Tekkaman Blade related, which, granted, mine is a little less common than hers. So,
there's a boss, by the way.
yay, boss fight! This show might have gone. I could file the paperwork to be a non-profit religious organization, which would be entertaining. Church of the Cats. I could come up with a series of tenants. David Tennant. I like David Tennant. He's my favorite doctor.
I think that's a good first tenant.
David Tennant, one of my church. David Tennant. I forget what I was doing, but I was thinking. So, like, David Tennant and John Barrowman were both on Doctor Who and Torchwood, and they both start off playing heroes in Doctor Who and Torchwood, and now they're both playing villains in various comic book franchises. David Tennant is Purple Man in Jessica Jones, and who, oh my god, Purple Man was never a character that I took seriously, mostly because of the name, but Jesus, David Tennant makes him just the creepiest motherfucker on the planet. So uncomfortable. And then John Barrowman is Malcolm Merlin in Arrow. So it's like, at what point do you go, I'm playing a character in the Doctor Who universe as a hero that I have to play a villain in another comic book? Like, there's something that's going on.
Heroes and villains is just a matter of perspective.
That was actually one of the things about Doctor Who. It's like the one entire plot arc is everyone's scared of him and they're raising an army against him because they're scared of what he can do. So yeah, I can see that. Church of the Cats, Church of the Let's Players, Omega Metroid. They go a little crazy, but everyone goes a little crazy whenever you see. There's a cat in the window now. Gracie! Yes! Oh, that was adorable. Have you guys heard of Duelist? I haven't. Is it anything like card games on motorcycles? Because, I mean, that could be a thing. Card games on motorcycles.
Paladins on ponies.
Can we get a Diablo III My Little Pony crossover? Could that happen? Can we make that a thing?
I don't know if I should just say this or wait until we actually get to it in the series, but Blizzard kind of beat you to it.
Oh goody.
I say that, but we won't actually get to it unless I, do off-screen playing to actually do the setup, because it has a fuck ton of setup to actually get to the ponies.
Are you sitting here? I mean, it's Gracie. Gracie, though. She's a little upset that I keep pulling back the curtain, because she likes hiding. It's basically Magic the Gathering had baby with chess. magic chess babies. I don't know where I'm going with that. But it's 9 o'clock, so it's about time to end. Which this stream basically flew by. Oh, it was a good stream. It was a good stream tonight. Very good stream. So, yes, tell your friends to come watch the live streams. Subscribe to the channel. And every one of you guys that do content, if you want me to watch your stuff, just remind me. Like, I've started watching all of Pen's stuff. I'm subscribed to Pen, and I love watching the Zelda Let's Play. Mostly because I've never finished a Zelda game in my life. I get like 3/4 of the way through, or like in some cases the very end. It's like I need to backtrack and get all the hearts, and then just never do it. So it's like really good to finally see someone, beat a Zelda game. Something that I've never done, and I'm ashamed. It's a Shining Force TCG. Ooh, I'll have to check it out. Thank you for helping. Anytime. I aim to help people forget things. I'm like alcohol in that presence. I make you do bad decisions. I make you think you can dance. And you forget things. Pretty good. Give it a try. Ideas Mafioso. I'll see what I can do. But yeah, if you guys do content creation, want me to check it out, just let me know, and I'll do that. And I like to plug people, so like everyone go check out Pen's stuff, because Pen does good stuff. Check out Kulix's stuff when you get off your ass and start recording more stuff.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of busy at the moment, so
Yeah.
I at least have an excuse now.
Yeah, you do have an excuse. You've got shul. So, no Time Stalkers for a while. But it will happen. I'm going to make you do Time Stalkers. Simply because, yeah. Yes, and congratulations again, Caboose, with the engagement. So, tell Pocky I said congrats. So, I'm a white autistic girl. I know I can't dance. I don't know. I went to school with a girl who was autistic. She could dance better than fucking anyone else at school. Like, she just knew how to... I mean, I guess that's the thing. Autism presents itself in a lot of different ways. Like, you can excel at like the most random of things. It's weird. So, still got a year before we can move in together. Yeah, I mean, so literally Hitler. Who's literally Hitler? I have an Abyssinian Shadow creep. Oh, okay, so you're okay. Literally Hitler, like the Overwatch strategy with a Mercy, a Reinhardt, and a Bastion. So, anyway, yeah, we'll be back next week with more Diablo-y goodness, provided no fuckery with Time Warner as per usual. I've got Grind Kingdom going up in the morning, Shining Force going up in the evenings. We need to record more Pokemons, and I need to get Man a little bit back into playing Yoshi instead of going and hunting Pokemons in Pokemon Go.
We could maybe do Pokemons tomorrow if you have time in the morning. Before 12:30 or so.
Maybe. See what I can do. So, if not, we might be able to do it tomorrow evening after all is said and done. So,
yeah.
Yes, next week, more Diablo goodness. And, yeah, thank you all for tuning in, hanging out. It's always a blast. Yeah. I got nothing else. So I'm gonna go off screen now and turn everything off. And I'll figure out all of the churchy goodness for the next stream.
Say goodbye, Gracie.
Gracie, say goodbye. What's your name, Gracie? She's like, no. I know people are watching me. I refuse to be your dancing monkey.